Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to Prison Architect. This is episode 26 and we are still expanding the prison. Just responding to a few things that have been said and gone on in the comments over the last week or so. First of all is the prisoner capacity. I know it has been mentioned that the prisoner capacity does also include the holding cell. But I did go through the other day and counted all the beds, and I have 160 beds exactly, including all of the bunk beds in the dorms and all of the cells, but not including the 2 bunk beds in, or the 4 bunk beds in the holding cell. So I don't know why we do have people in the holding cell, unless it's an issue with capacity. Maybe the issue is that we have prisoners who are... Oh, he's taking a dump. Nice. Maybe we have prisoners who are a certain security level and there isn't enough room for them to go into. So that's quite possible that that's what's going on there. Another potential issue that we had, looks like there's a fight or something about to go on down here. Looks like this guy is, oh no, he looked like he was fighting. He's just moving some laundry around. It is snowing. I think I've worked out how the execution chamber works. So I will, well, I mean, the execution chamber kind of just does its own thing, but you have to specifically, under deployment, set a cell block to death row before we can use the execution chamber. And I've also worked out how the shop works as well. So that's one of the next things that we are going to be doing. That's fine. It may end up eating a bit of the yard again. I mean, I guess we do have 2 yards, which is not a terrible thing. Let's go ahead and kick the game off. Get everything started. I'm not going to do the death row thing just yet. I want to get the shop done first, as we actually know how to do the shop now. We probably want to get ourselves a few more guards as well. We do seem to be quite... They all seem to be quite busy. Let's go up and get ourselves 50 guards, so we've got a nice round number. Another doctor wouldn't help. Another couple of gardeners wouldn't help. And probably another 3 janitors wouldn't be a terrible idea either. One thing we don't have over on this side of the prison is a sniper tower. We do have the one that we put over here. We could always put sniper towers over in the sort of out of gate area, just in case somebody decides to try and get out on that side. But I think we'll leave that sniper tower where it is for now. It will probably be fine there. We do still have some space down here that we could use for something. Maybe we'll put another shop down here as well. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to build one shop over in this direction. Not too sure where you were going there. There shouldn't have been anybody inside there. That is a little bit suspicious. Let's give you a bit of a search. Because to me, that was a little bit strange. I saw that door open. I don't think anybody should have been in there for any particular reason. So we'll make sure that you're searched. I've just found a mobile phone. That's probably somebody just coming into the prison. So let's see if we actually find anything on him here. We probably won't. But if whenever I see a prisoner somewhere where they shouldn't be, for me that is a good call to search them. Nope, seems to be fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to build the shop here. Let's go ahead and use the rooms button. I want to now unassign this area as yard. So we'll get rid of that yard there. And we want foundations. And I really just want that to be one building if we can. So we're going to go ahead and do it like this. Now that will get rid of the wall there next to the... It will get rid of the wall next to this thing. I understand that. That is fine. This does require an entrance. A staff door should be okay. Let's put the door on this side actually. We'll put the staff door in. And there are a few other things that we will have to put in, but we'll deal with that once the building actually gets built. So we still have ourselves a couple of these grants to get sorted out. So we are going to want to build some more cell blocks. which means we will have to move this sniper tower somewhere. We'll have to move it out of the way. So we will probably end up building one over here. In fact, with that in mind, let's just go and get that built in advance. So let's go and get ourselves a sniper tower. And we'll sort of just build one roughly in the middle. So somewhere over here. Not too sure what the range is going to be on this guy, on these things, but we can get rid of this one and he can move over into that one. That's fine. We shouldn't be having any problems feeding people. Getting our prison capacity up to 200. I mean, that is doable, but what I have been doing is getting rid of some of the bunk beds in the dormitories. I think they're all now down to 4 prisoners instead of 6, so they're not going to be quite as crowded. Yeah, I do think I want to get another shop down here. I mean, I could... Ideally, the shop wants to be sort of on this side, but the laundry's already here, so... let's go ahead and get this built in advance. So we could probably get away with it being this size, possibly. Again, it's going to take another wall out that's going to need to be fixed, but we can deal with that. And... once again, that's going to need to have a door on it. We'll put the door around on this side. Let's go ahead and get some paving stones. That should be a paving stone. Don't know why it isn't. We're going to want a path that comes all the way down to this. And, of course, we will want the path to go down to the staff door as well. So that should be fine there. I said I do need to keep my eyes on the... Oh, it actually worked that time around. Normally when I try and do that, it actually destroys that wall. So if we actually look at rooms now... Well, that's not a room, but we want to go to deployment and make sure that that is staff only. And indeed, it is. So this room doesn't actually have any power at the moment. That's not a problem. We do have some spare electrical cables. It's right next to the substation anyway. So it's literally just a case of bringing the power out over here. So that should reach without too much of an issue. So what we need to do in order to make this shop work is there are certain things that we need to actually have. So we need a shop front, and the shop front, all the shop front has to do is, I'm not too sure if it matters which way round that goes. I'm not sure if there's a front or a back to it. Doesn't really, that looks like that's the staff side. Yeah, because the calculators should be on the staff side. So you put a shop front there. Now that's all it means when it says, if you actually look at the requirements for the room, which I'm now going to struggle to find, and it says adjacent to room. Well, all that adjacent to room means is that it doesn't even have to be adjacent to a room. It just means that it has that people shop from the room's adjacency. So we also require a table and several shop shelves. So table is straightforward enough. So let's get a table in over... Let's put the table here in the back corner. And then we want shop shelves. Oh, no, only 1p. I'll do shop front, shop shelves. So what we can do then is put these shelves in. They don't really fit all that well. They're a little bit awkward. But I don't think we need all that many anyway. That's probably enough for shop shelves and a table. We probably only really need one. But we're going to go and make ourselves a room and assign this as a shop. So that is that done. Obviously it doesn't have any of the things in it yet, so that is fine. And we will need to assign some staff there. So there's a maximum of, I think the maximum number of people you can have in it is... obviously you need one to work the actual shop front and then several for the shelves. But that should be fine. So hopefully that'll get all up and running quite quickly. We do have some decent money. We might build a... we might leave this tower here actually and build a smaller cell block over here. And just have that as our death row cell block. That might not be a terrible idea. Because leaving the guard tower next to it is... I mean, I have tried to keep a sort of a standard layout for all of my cell blocks. And that is kind of what I want to do. But at the same time, I think it's important that we, you know, have a little bit of variation. Otherwise, things just get a bit boring. You see, this room has done exactly what I expected it to do on the other room, which was it's gone ahead and basically took out the wall that was in between them. Now, I did the same thing over on this side, on the other room, and built right up to that wall, and it didn't knock the wall out. Maybe because this wasn't an actual foundation, this is just a wall. But yeah, that's a little bit strange. Somebody's been found with some shears. Again, this is a new influx of prisoners, though, so that is to be expected. So we're doing quite good on money, actually. I mean, we're making almost 14,000 per day. Let's have a quick look at our bureaucracy. We're working on small cells. There's only three things left to do after that. Each one requires $50,000, so we will need to save up a little bit of money to do that. We've got 3 different grants going, so we can't really do anything else there. We need to produce some superior beds. It does look like we've got people working on license plates. So, what are you doing? You're just working. You're complaining about clothing. Is somebody thrown up over there? Something weird's going on. Not too sure what, but okay, fair enough. We'll just ignore that and hope it goes away. The chapel is getting used. That is fine. This shop now should be sorted. So it certainly looks like that's done. Once this wall gets finished off here, then we will build this shop. I guess we can go ahead and put the objects in already. So as before, we need to have a table. We need to have a shop front, which is going to go on this side. And we need to have several shop shelves. Can't see any at the moment, so let's go ahead and grab some of those. Let's put them in on this side. Obviously, we don't want to block the door. That's probably more than enough, so we'll go ahead, assign a room, another shop. And, oh, it doesn't have power, of course. Let's make sure we get that sorted. So, we want an electrical cable running down into here. And, did I actually assign it as a shop? I did assign it to a shop. Oh, we need to, give some jobs there. See, that has 5 jobs. I think 4 is still enough, though. Should be enough prisoners to run everything. So I think what we want to do is actually start working on a death row. We've got these annoying Polaroids. I don't know why the same ones keep coming up every time. I do find that a little bit of a strange thing. So I think what we're going to do is build our death row block, but it might be quite small, and I haven't quite finalized the design yet, how I want that to look. So obviously what we want to do is we want to leave a 2 tile space. We always do. So we want to go 2 tiles from this wall and 2 tiles from the guard tower. So that's going to be the corner of wherever this this building is. And I think we should try and keep it level with the top of the other buildings, just for a little bit of symmetry. We don't have to go all the way over into this corner, though. I mean, it doesn't have, this death row block doesn't have to be the full length of the compound here, because we could always use another utility building or something over on this side, maybe another infirmary or something like that. So let's just turn around and say, okay, this is going to be the actual boundary of the building. Now, I think we've got every single type of room that you can have at the moment. I don't think there's anything that we're actually missing. We could get ourselves a second classroom, which is not a bad idea. Get ourselves a second classroom and maybe a second infirmary. So let's say that we want to do that then. So let's go into walls. So this can be the infirmary, which is a pretty massive infirmary. This can be the classroom, and then this can be our sort of death row block. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be a death row cell with a door. So is that right? Yeah, that looks about right. And then another 2 out. Obviously, we don't want to have too many spaces. I mean, we've got. I guess that those can be solitary, and I guess we probably have a. We'll do an interesting and sort of a small shower area here, and then this is a sort of a guarded area. So we won't have many people waiting for death row, but that seems like probably the way I want to build this up. I guess we could probably squeeze another cell or two in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just get rid of this wall for a moment. I'm just trying to maximize my space. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do that. So there's another cell. How do I want to do this? Where do we want to have the shower area? 1, 2. So let's block that off all the way up to. See that I don't like how that wall doesn't line up now. The corridor's a little bit too big. So we will have. I think we'll have the door on this side actually, so all the corridor area could technically be a shower. Well, this can be the shower here, can't it? This can be the shower, and then that'll be the doorway entrance there. And that's just a corridor, this is a shower. Yeah, I think that'll actually work. We could put the showers in the cells if we wanted to, but I don't think we'll be doing it that way around. So let's go ahead and build ourselves a brick building. So hopefully that won't be too expensive to do. And we should have plenty of power to run that. It does indeed require an entrance. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a large jail door. This door will probably be kept closed. We will probably have guards assigned to this at all times. Probably even an armed guard. So with that in mind, we will need to go and build another guard locker. How many guard lockers do we have? We have 6. How many armed guards do we have? We have 6. So let's go ahead and get ourselves another guard locker. Do we want to put it in there? Yeah, I suppose we do. Get ourselves a 6th armed guard. Still got quite some capacity for more prisoners, so that is very good. Obviously, having these extra cells for death row will count as extra cells, so we are going to have another 6 to our prison capacity. And then we'll have to start building, you know, the rest of the prison up there as well. So there's a few other things that we know that we need to do. First of all, we want to run paving stones all the way down here because we are going to be trying to get to the infirmary and the classroom. So let's run these paths all the way up here. Guess this path can run up as well. Oh. Level with that. Yep, do that. Looks a little bit derpy, but it'll serve its purpose. There isn't really anything in this little middle area here, so I don't know. We'll sort that bit out when we get to it. All looking good. We've got a lot of load on this power station already. Something was going on over here somewhere. Oh, there's a fight in the holding cell. We have a lot of people in the holding cell. Why do we have so many people in the holding cell? It only has a capacity of 8 people. And we've got at least... Well, we've just got loads of them. Look at that. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Let's try 23 people in the holding area. And, yeah, I'm not too sure why we shouldn't have that many people in there when there are so many empty cells. At least I think we have empty cells. Have some empty dorms down here. Why are these dorms empty? Is it because we have too many medium and high sec prisoners? Maybe we need to go into our intake and just put our ratio a bit more to min-sec. Oh, didn't quite want to do that. Can we, is there no quick way of doing this? Doesn't look like there's a quick way of doing this. So we want to go back up to 160. So the min-sec ratio is a little bit higher now, because I think that's the problem. I think we've got some beds that just aren't being used, although these do look like they are full. So I'm not too sure what the issue is there. Maybe people just haven't been assigned to cells yet. I do find it a very odd thing. Why we do have so many prisoners all crammed in to the holding cell. That is really weird. Maybe I've got a cell block somewhere that hasn't been assigned, or I've assigned cell blocks to... Where are we? Let's have a look. So, deployment. So, all these are min-sec only. This is max-sec only. These are min-sec only. But these ones are mixed. We maybe need to build another one up here and make this another mixed block. That's probably what we're going to have to do. And to be honest, we should do, because we need to get the capacity up to 200 anyway. So that will probably be the next thing that we do. After we've got this little bit built up here, we'll go ahead and build this thing up. We're getting the lights put in now, so this building is getting itself done. So what we want now, objects, first of all, we want staff doors, because this is going to be a... Well, that's going to be a jail door. So this will be a staff door. This can be a large jail door, and that which can remain open. We do need to go ahead and put in the walls. So, wall across there, and let's get these ones done as well. So this will be death row. La-di-da. Get all those in. Obviously, we've got to do all the utilities and the plumbing and everything like that as well, which is fine. So let's go into utilities. We'll start off by putting in the electrical cable. Do we want to run it off this subsystem? I'm starting to think that the electric chair should have its own subsystem, which might not be a terrible idea. In the meantime, we will run this cable off here, though. Run that all the way through. And yeah, I think what I might do next time, I think I might actually go and build another power station-y thing somewhere, one of these substations that can actually be used for the electric chair itself. Not too sure where we could build that. Maybe if we remove this guard. I really want to avoid sort of chopping into the yard here, but it might be something that we end up having to do. But anyway, that is something that I will do in the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying Prison Architect. I'll see you next time, and until then, goodbye for now.